faith. Have faith. Believe in your source. Have faith.
This is now my fourth pair of Allbirds Wool Runners. Can they improve on the classic? Meet the brand new Wool Runner 2, and I'll talk about all the new features and tell you if it's a worthy upgrade to the original Wool Runner that I've worn for so many years. Keep on watching to find out more.
Have faith. Believe in your source. Have faith.
All right, as I mentioned, here is the Wool Runner 1, the original. This is, I think, my third pair. They are very well worn. They're a little bit dirty. They could use a little bit of a wash. And this is the brand new Wool Runner Dose. And a couple of really obvious changes right off the bat. This is just a bulkier, bigger, more constructed shoe than the Wool Runner 1. As you can see here, there's a couple of very obvious changes. This is just a thicker, bigger, bulkier shoe. This is a little bit looser, maybe say sloppier. And the very first time I did a review of these, I found out that I have to be very careful what I say on the internet because I said there was no difference in the toe box at all. And you can clearly see here, this toe box is a little bit deflated. That is why I typically actually wear the tree runners, not the wool runners. And that's why I was most excited to try out with the brand new Wool Runners 2. A couple of other things that are maybe not so obvious at first glance. Has a little bit more of an padding inside the back here. There's hardly any padding back here. You can see the soles on this shoe are obviously very well worn, but this has a new sole design, which is pretty cool. I like it. The sole is also just a little bit thicker, which you may or may not like that. It's going to be up to you. But they feel about the same weight. I'll put them on a scale here in just a second and we'll find out exactly what they feel like. But once again, the toe box is the biggest thing that most people will notice when they look at these two shoes and the width of the sole itself. Once again, toe box has been the biggest complaint about this shoe, and the reason why most of the Allbirds shoes I wear are actually the tree runners, because they do tend to hold up in the toe box itself. Says they've made, I think it was like 25 different improvements, even more than that. And one of them is obviously the toe box. Got some different laces that are on here, a softer fabric on the inside of the shoe, more padding on both the sides and on the back of the shoe, and a sweet foam, which is their proprietary name for stuff in the midsole here. So it's extra cushiony. I mean, this is like, and so I actually have not tried these shoes on at all. So I thought I'd try them on real quick and tell you my very first thoughts. Sound good? Let's do it.
Have faith. Have faith. Believe in your source. Have faith.
All right, as I mentioned, I've not tried on these shoes yet, so I'm gonna try them on and tell you what I think. All right, these are the old ones here. I might just put one of these on for giggles, just to talk about differences here. Oops, let me get the correct one on. Obviously, I actually like to wear my shoes a little bit on the looser side. Some people like that. Oh man, this is definitely a more substantial shoe in terms of just like overall structure. Let's take a look at these two shoes here. I mean, this shoe feels like I've definitely worn these shoes quite a bit, and so it's not really fair to say that these weren't as comfy, but this is definitely a much thicker, lighter, more cushiony, bouncy sole. And honestly, off of my foot, I didn't think I'd like the way they looked at all, but on my feet, I think they actually look really good. Once you put on the original Wool Runner, the toe box is not nearly as bad as it looks when it's off, as you can see here, but it's not that big of a deal. But here's a really funny thing for me, at least with the original ones, is I didn't wear these as much because I didn't want the toe box to deflate. I actually don't have any doubt that this toe box is going to last a lot longer. I do like the little bit thicker padding that's in here and in the back. Let me go weigh them real quick, but this is like walking on a cushion, and this is like walking on like flip-flop material over here. So far I like these, but the real test would be how well do these stand up over time, and do you get toe box deflate gate 2023? I don't know. Let's go weigh them real quick, and then I'll give you my final thoughts.
Have faith. Have faith. Believe in your source. Have faith.
All right, it's gonna be hard to see on the video monitor here, but this one shoe weighs 242 grams. Is the Wool Runner 1. Let's try out the Wool Runner 2. Weighs in at just about 300 grams. Not that big of a difference in the grand scheme of things. 300, and what was this one? 242, so about 60 grams more. That's not a whole lot. I'll look it up and find out exactly how much difference that is and put it on here, but not a big notice. What you're really gonna notice is the difference of the thickness of the sole more than you will the weight of the shoe. Cool? Now, I'm kind of weird when I review products because I don't like to actually wear products before I have a chance to shoot them and say my very first thoughts. So I'm excited to take these out of town, tell you what I think about them. Think about these as like a more structured, refined, sturdy version of the original shoe brand. They are machine washable just like the original, but I think I'm really gonna like these. I will post a quick, short, updated video with what I think about wearing these after a couple of weeks and see if there's any toe box deflation. But I think these are a better made shoe and a worthy upgrade for anyone that liked the originals but hated the deflate gate. So if you have any questions or comments, please let us know in the comments below, and I hope to see you again real soon.